Hello my fellow mayors and welcome to Perafilozof City Skylines videos. Just two reminders before I start this episode. If you wish for me to showcase your city in my YouTube channel, then please send me your save files and the list of mods that you're using on that city. There is a short video explaining how to do this and I will put the link to that video here. Also, the second thing that I would like to ask you is to do my subscriber survey, which is a short Google form in which you're asked a few questions about your general YouTube watching habits and the habits you have watching my own channel. This will help me improve, so I would ask you to fill out that form. It only takes about 2 minutes and there is the link to that form in the description of this video. Well, that will be all of the announcements that I have to make, and let's start playing the city once again. The city of Bedrock, the city in which I plan to reach 1 million population on the hard mode. Now, in the previous episode I had started building up this area. I had made all these streets, gotten all of these zones, placed some of these highway ramps. Now, one of my subscribers has mentioned that some of these ramps are really hard to turn from, and as you can see here, these trucks really have to turn heavily and that slows down the traffic. So what I should probably do is find some of these places and redo them so that the vehicles can go into the highway a little bit faster, as you saw just now. But that does require redoing it a little bit more than this. So I will take a few minutes of my time later on to redo most of these as I can. But as you can see here, sometimes I cannot because there isn't a room. Well, in this case there would be room if I were to move this park a little bit further, and then I would be probably able to get this ramp to be something of a less heavy corner like that, and you see now the vehicles go much faster. Did this cost me a few zones? Yes it did, but I can bring them back from here. So yeah, I'll take some time and redo those when I find that time. This home here is probably gonna get abandoned due to traffic and high noise pollution, but I'll leave it there for now. So what I needed to do is to add these services in this part of the city. As for the health services, I see that the clinic should be built around here, that I should get a crematorium here as well. I also need a new fire station and a new police station here. There is also a need for an elementary school. And there is going to be a need for a high school as well. That's probably gonna go here. There is gonna be a need for the university as well, although there is good coverage up here, but not that well of a coverage down here. So what I will probably end up doing is take a road and bring it down through here, and then stick the university in here. Now for these buildings to get power, I will need to get some zones close to them so that they can get the power from those zones. Here are some commercial buildings, here are some offices, and the rest would be offices down here, while in the middle I would have more industry. Notice how the zones started building up over here instead of over here, even though I drew them from here to here. So in the previous episode I said that they get drawn depending on... wait, this is too much offices. That they start building up depending on where which side they are drawn from, but it turns out that's not true. So they will go up depending on where they want to and not where you wish them to, depending on how you zoned it and how you pulled the streets. Over here I will have a little bit too much commercial. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I will reduce it by 2 and have more residential in both of these. Well, maybe even in this one. As for the rest of the areas, again I will use more residential than the commercial, because I am down about 5,000 workers, even more than 5,000 workers, so I really need to get a lot more population in this city if I wish for my buildings to have workers for them to be able to become operational. I will also need to get a new metro stop down here. Since this one is here, this one will undoubtedly go here. For that I need to destroy a little bit of the previously built metro lines and then put it back here, and then just put the yellows stop here, and that is pretty much it for this area. Now I could add some lines later on connecting this part of the city with others through the metros, but for now I will not. I will also need to add a new park for this area to have better coverage. Good question is which one? Maybe something that can fit in here. Yeah, that could go back to back with those service buildings, although it doesn't really have that big of an area of effect, so maybe better to leave that for actual zones and use a big park that has a good area of influence in here. Let's see how would that turn out. Something like this. Yeah, that should have a good area of influence. And the next park will probably end up being up here. I'm at speed 3, currently I'm at 158,000 population. I was losing population. Oh yeah, because my death rate is higher than my birth rate. So, although it was kind of a high loss in population numbers, I'm trying to figure out if that has something to do with these areas. Why are these offices so low in level 1? They say not enough service coverage. Well, there's that care, there's healthcare, there's fire safety, there's crime safety. What else? I might not have bus stops here, close enough to them. How do we fix this? Well, actually, I'm not sure how could I fix this, unless I gave the buses stops all the way up here, which actually would not be the best idea because then they would have to go up there to turn and then come back down. But let's see what's going to happen. I'll give them stops here and see if these two buildings level up. Well, let's get back to this a little bit later. I'm not sure, could a metro stop be there? Yeah, I could get an additional metro stop here as well. So where would that one be? If this one is here, that one would be right here. Get a line there. So are they gonna level now? They seem to be a little bit closer to leveling. Maybe if I come back a little bit later, they will have leveled. The problem is that I still have some areas where I do not have all of these zones filled up for residential, and that is why these older parts of the city still lack workers, because generally in the entire city I'm lacking workers, as a lot of those zones are not completely filled with the workers, which is something that should have been fixed. I mean, it could be problematic because the taxes here are 11, because there's a tax raise policy here, compared to the newest area over here, for example, where I have the tax relief in order to entice people to move in here. Well, here we go. Commercial area is up to the edge. Now let's see, where do we switch a little bit for residential? Over here, I think. And then the rest of it here is all residential. This is going to be a huge area of residential. There's no doubt about that. And I do need it in order to get a lot more workers, and I also need a lot more workers because I'm starting to run out of goods. I need to get more industry that is going to produce those goods, and I'm most likely going to build that industry here, so I need a lot of workers to be available in this area. The university has yet to go up, it doesn't have power close enough. I wonder how much water and power capacity do I have? Well, enough for now. Don't need to extend the capacity. But like I said, for the garbage though, yeah, very soon I will need an incineration plant. I'll place it here. 2 of them, maybe even 3, depending on how many do I end up needing. And the metros also will need to be extended probably to the street here. So one would be here and the other one would end up being here. They can be connected right now, but they will take some time to get the power they need to start working. And well, I can get a new line here. It's gonna go nicely around here and connect to itself. Yeah, beautiful. So these areas should build up quickly enough. I am at 159,000 population, almost up to 160,000. I was thinking about building the large Hadron Collider to make sure that everybody in the city is educated, but I've run into some issues because I'm missing some of the critical buildings that I need in order to build it. For example, I need to reduce the tax rates to 4 to unlock that building. Then I need, I believe, one here. Nope, I seem to have unlocked that one. This one is for you. So yeah, in order to build a Hadron Collider, the only thing that I need to unlock is the Posh Mall, which is unlocked by reducing the tax rates to 4%. Now, I'm going to try and unlock it. Let's just quick save for now. So how do I do this? Well, I will pause, reduce the tax rates down to 2%. %, doesn't really matter as long as it's below 4%. And let's see, is this thing gonna unlock? I need to maintain it for 20 weeks. Oh my god, that's gonna... I'm gonna lose a lot. Yeah, better push this up to 3%. I'm gonna lose a lot of money if I need to keep this up for 20 weeks. That's gonna be fun. The upside is that I'm probably going to have a lot of demand for zones as they have a very low taxes right now. What's going on here? For some reason they were unable to build anything here. Let's try that again with the industry, with the offices. Yeah, nothing new building up here. And how about in these areas? Yeah, I see a lot of residential coming up. So how many more weeks do I have to put up with? I'm losing 200k per week. I have to maintain this for 80 more weeks. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose millions. Oh well. For the sake of science, I suppose. Better I zone more so that I can use this low tax to bring in more zones. This is 4, or is it too much? No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fine. So these would be the offices and the industry would go here. I do hope that this is all set up properly. Yes, it is. It's in the district. The industry will keep going abandoned until it actually gets enough workers to fill up their needs and then be able to level up with those educated workers. So how many more weeks do I have to lose money? Another 16 weeks. As for the parks, I do need more parks over here. Let's see. I think one can go here. Maybe a little bit up. How about here? And then the next one would go up here, like this. No, that's too far. I have to get one closer. That might even be too far as well. So one here. Okay, and now we end this with the park being here. Okay, these areas here will have a park up here and they'll get good coverage as well. Okay, down to 19 million. 5 more weeks, 15 more weeks to hold the stacks at this level. I should have done this when I didn't have an expense of 316,000. Yeah, definitely should have done that previously and not now, but better now than later, I suppose. I'm going to probably have even higher expenses. Well, not probably, more definitely. So better that I do it right now. The population did increase, almost 161,000. The birth rate is same as the death rate, and seniors at 24%, something that I can't seem to fix. As for the water and sewage capacity and power, I seem to have plenty of all of those, but I think I won't have enough capacity for garbage very soon. Yeah, I'm gonna run out of that. So I better create an area suitable for garbage disposal. That will probably be here. And so I place the incinerators maybe over here. Yeah, I can place them as far away from the zones as possible. So one would go here, the other one would probably end up being right next to it, or across the street. Nope, it won't work there, so place it here. Turn this one off, let this one on. It doesn't have power. Well, I think that can be solved by going through here. Yep, there we go. That should draw the power. As for the water, it has water coverage. So now the garbage trucks will go from here and pick up all the garbage in here, and I will even get some extra power for bringing that down. Where are we at with unlocking the Posh Mall? Around 11 more weeks. The downside is that I will have to build a lot of these buildings in order to be able to unlock the Hadron Collider, or should I say, yeah, to unlock, because it requires a lot of buildings, and its own upkeep is 12,000. The upkeep for Theater of Wonders is 3,000. The upkeep for what else is required? The aquarium is 400. That's low actually. That's awesome. So the Grand Library is 1,700. The colossal other offices are 1,500. The Posh Mall is 1,200. And what else do we need? The Statue of Shopping is just 20. So almost 20,000 for full education for the entire city. How much am I paying for it right now? I'm paying for it 37,000. So yeah, it would be cheaper, although it would take a lot of space. Then again, would it really take a lot more space? I mean, considering how many educational buildings I have, I mean, just look at all these purple markers. So these are just the elementaries. Then we've got the high schools and then the universities. So yeah, if you look at it this way, I'm actually going to take less space, and I'm going to take less money per week to pay for the education. Although there is one thing that I'm unsure of, as how is it going to affect the industry and the offices which require service coverage. So if the Hadron Collider gives an entire city's worth of coverage, the area of effect of it, then it's fine. But if it does not, then I'm going to be in big trouble, because I will need the area of effect of schools, but also the capacity of the Hadron Collider to educate my entire city. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Let's see how many more weeks do I have to do this. Just 7 more weeks. I already lost 1.5 million or 2 million. Very annoying. And what was the other building, what the other unique building that I was thinking about? I think it was the Eden project. This would increase the land value, 8,000 per week, and I am paying a lot for the parks and recreation and the high-tech housing, 18,000, so that might work out. And there's also the medical center, which would make sure that all of the health issues inside the city are fixed. The expo center I would not use, because the tourists are kind of well, they're not well made in this game. I will probably touch on that in one of the Let's Talk videos. And as for the fusion power plant, I'm not sure would that really be necessary. I mean, 16,000 megawatts. I mean, come on, look at the size of this city, and it requires 1,700 megawatts. So yeah, I doubt you would ever need that big of power building. So how are we going with the amount of workers? Still 5,000. Yeah, the way that I've zoned seems to keep producing the differential of 5,000 workers. What's going on here? Not enough customers. That's actually understandable because these areas are not completely filled with residential, and even with the taxes being this low, these areas still do not produce. Although it's interesting to note that even though I had to reduce the global taxes down to 6%, down below 4% in order to start unlocking the Posh Mall, what I could have done is gone to every district and used the policies for taxation and increased taxes for the offices and high density commercial by 2%, and I would have lost less money per week. But that's fine. I mean, 20 million in the bank that I had is far, far, far more than I could have ever needed. So yeah, I'm not gonna bitch about it. While I'm waiting for this, I might as well take a look at those highway connections that might be fixed. So if I were to go from here to here, it would be a little bit less of a stop. Come on, is somebody gonna use this? Okay, nobody. Yeah, these are pretty heavy on the angles. They really have to slow down on these as well. But yeah, if they weren't like that, they would probably take up a lot more space. Where else can I fix this up? Nothing here, as far as I can see. Yeah, if you guys notice and I missed it, you're free to tell me in the comments section. And like I said, don't forget to do the subscriber survey because it really helps me to know what you guys like or dislike about my channel, what kind of games you like, and then I know what content to show you on my channel, what kind of videos to make. You will have noticed a lot of changes lately. This is because some of you have already filled up the subscriber survey and I've started using the information gathered there to improve my channel. You can comment on how do you like the new video intros, the new channel art, and well, it's not art, it's just a banner, but still changes all around, and there will be more changes coming in soon as well. So where are we at now? 163,500 population, almost 330 per week on the increase for the population. I do have a lot more for them to... Whoa, wait a minute, I think I've unlocked the Posh and I can get these taxes back up. So 9? No, I think it was 11. And these were 9. These were 12. Actually, these were 13. The industry was 12. And these were 13 as well. Actually, this doesn't matter. I don't have any low density commercial. So yeah, back with the high taxes. So I can finally start earning money again after losing around 3 million to unlock the Posh. Mall. Now whether or not I'm going to build a large Hadron Collider, well, I'm going to build it, but off screen, as I wish to just test out how everything is going to work out, and if I see that it's a positive change, then I will include it in the next Let's Play. Well, I'm back to positive income. What the... Wait a minute. What is... Huh? Wait, what? What the hell? 460,000 income? What the... Huh? What? I'm gonna run out of water and sewage capacity. Yeah, I'm still stunned. What the hell is going on? Is this a bug or a feature? What the hell? Okay, it does seem to keep going down. Oh, right. This is because it's calculated weekly and I had a huge increase. Right. Yeah, fine. Right. This is because it's calculated weekly. But the weird thing is that I'm really earning around 80,000 per week at this point. What am I? Yeah, I am. I'm earning like 20,000 per day. This is really weird. Is this right? I mean, I had decreased the taxes and now I suddenly increased it? But because the game calculates it weekly? By increasing it so much, the game couldn't compensate. And I ended up with a much higher income than I should have weekly, but yet money is coming in. I'm lost here. But I'm pretty sure this was not how it should be. Yeah, it seems I've discovered some sort of a bug. I think it's a bug, not a feature. You guys might be able to figure out this better than I am, but I think the problem is in how the game calculates income. And by increasing the taxes so much, all of a sudden, I was actually receiving far more than I should per week. And it's only now trying to stabilize and went down from like 480, was it 480? 418,000? And now it's currently dropping down to what it should be. But yeah, this was definitely very weird. Well, on that note of weirdness, I am going to end this episode. Thank you all for watching and please stay tuned for more.